Uh, basically, I'll start with the challenge. When we started making Dotbook, the challenge was to give an affordable alternate to a person with visual impairment to access digital content, textual content in Braille. And this is where the Dotbook came into picture. Dotbook has gone through many phases, and we'll cover them in the journey also. So the Dotbook is what we call as India's first Braille laptop, because it's almost similar to a laptop. It has a Braille interface and a QWERTY keypad. A person can do all the things that he can do on a normal laptop on this device. Instead of a normal visual screen, there will be a Braille output screen in the device. So we started working on this project in 2013 when we identified this gap, that there were similar devices available in the international market, but they were exorbitant, very highly priced. No one in India was using this device. And then the challenge was how to create a device at an affordable cost, which will give the same functionality as international devices. Initially, the project was funded by DST, and then it was funded by Wellcome Trust. And we worked on the core technology, how to make the Braille dots actuate. So that is where this device started. Coming to the device, currently we have two versions of the device. The big one, first version is a Dotbook 40Q. So here 40Q signifies that it's a 40 cell display, and Q stands for a QWERTY keyboard. So basically the output screen of the device is a 40 cell Braille display where 40 characters can come at a time. And Q, as in QWERTY keyboard, is the input for the device. Like you use on your laptop normal keyboard, that is the keyboard that we are using on the device. Device has external connectivity with multiple interfaces. It has Wi-Fi, has Bluetooth. You can connect through a normal laptop or a mobile phone, and it has audio stereo output. So currently the hardware is there, but we are also working on giving the text to speech output in the later versions of the device. In terms of navigation, we have, in order to make easier navigation, we have added some thumb keys. There are some cursor buttons through which you can navigate up and down through the device. And we have specially worked on the interface of the device to make it very easy for the user. So basically the device is a standalone unit. It can be used in three ways. Either it can be used as a standalone laptop. You can connect it to a mobile phone, and anything on the mobile phone screen will come on the device. Or you can connect it to a laptop through Bluetooth, and anything on the laptop screen will also come onto the device. So it can be used in three ways. The standalone device works for 8 hours, and it has an internal storage of 4 GB right now. And you can insert an external SD card to increase the storage. So idea was that a person should be able to read content, should be able to mail stuff, and should be able to access whatever he wants to do. Overall, the weight of device is similar to a 14-inch laptop, and the size is also similar to the same 14-inch laptop. The other version of the device with similar functionality is a Dotbook 20p. Here, instead of a 40 cell display, there is a 20 cell, so that so it's more of a portable version. And P here stands for Perkins style keyboard. Perkins style input is a standard input that was used in Braillers, and we have interface same kind of input in the device, and you can use these Perkins type keyboard to basically type in the device. If you want to use an external keyboard also, there is a USB interface. You can just connect an external QWERTY keyboard and use it on the device itself. So again, two versions. One is a portable version. Another one is a desktop version. One comes with the QWERTY keyboard, another with the Perkins style keyboard. So what I'll do is, these are some of the application, but before going into the application, let me show you the actual device. And Sonali is here with me, and we'll show you a quick demo where Sonali will keep on explaining how the device is being used. Yeah.
So
just a minute, Sonali. You're against the camera. So I'm just putting the camera on the device. Sonali.
Yeah, okay. So I'm currently in the menu of the device, and the various options which are here is Notepad. So in Notepad, one can just take quick notes. There's document editor, which is like a word processor of the device where one can create, save, edit documents, and perform most other functionalities which are available in applications like Microsoft Word. Then there is email, which email client of the device, where one can configure and use multiple email accounts and send, attach, download emails, and do all other functions. There's web browser, which is similar to other browsers like Mozilla, Chrome, and all of that. There is file manager, where one can store, manage, create folders, and all those things. Then address book is there, where we can maintain a list of our contacts and also import them to the email. So these contacts. So next is ebook manager. Ebook manager is the ebook reader, where we can directly download books from libraries like Sugamya Pustakalaya and Bookshare, and read in this device. Settings is the next option. It is like your phone settings. You can do all the system level settings of the device from here, change. And then there is help, and after that there is system information, where you can access all the pertinent information of the device, like model number, serial number, and all those other things. So that is the device menu. And maybe I can just also quickly demonstrate sending in one second. Yeah, so maybe I can just quickly demonstrate sending an email from the device, the email from the email client. So,
and Sonali, if you can just also read through the interface, what is right now it's saying.
Like right now I'm in my email account, I'm on the first, I'm able to see the first subject of my email. So I'll just go to the compose option, and I am sending an email to Pulkit from here. Yeah. So I'm just typing in Pulkit's email ID right now. And now I have come. So I'm able to access in a similar way, like to CC, BCC, all these fields. And I'm typing the subject. So I'll just type in the message now. And the email has been sent.
I'll just share my screen and show you what the email was. Let's see what Sonali has sent to us.
So the mail sent here. No, what message?
So I have received a mail. Can you guys see my screen?
Zoom a little.
Yes,
Yes, we can zoom it. Zoom a little.
So basically, Sonali has sent a mail to me. It says it's coming from Dotbook Saksham ID, and it says, "Hi, welcome to the session." So this is how you can quickly send a mail. So like we showed in the live demo, that you can quickly send the mail on the device directly. So this is, you can, like Sonali mentioned, you can access internet browser. If you want to search something on web browser, you can just quickly open the web browser, type what you want to search on the Google interface, and you can just search about it, read on Wikipedia and all those things. The interface of the device has been made such that all these things is made easier for the user, and all the visual, like all the images and all, are currently eliminated. Instead of that, there will be just a tag of image, so that user don't have to go through all the images, and he can just read the content directly. So these were the built-in applications of the device. Moving to the next part. So now, where can these devices be used? So major use cases at school. A student can take notes digitally now. using this device in Braille and share it with their friends. He can share it with their teachers on a pen drive. If you want to download a storybook, suppose he wants to read a Harry Potter, he can directly go to the online library, download from Sugamya Pustakalaya or from Bookshare, read that book completely in Braille. He can quickly access internet. He wants to read about the new launch that Tesla is doing. He can just search on net, read about that launch. He can complete his assignments on his own, and most importantly, he will be able to give his examination on his own on Braille display without a need of a scriber. So at work, so this was regarding this, like if a user wants to, regarding student, but at the professional level, this device can also be used at work. You can create, edit, read your documents easily on the device. You can take quick notes when you are in a meeting. You can just take your notes on the device directly and just read it later. You can manage your emails. In the mails, you can add multiple email ID. You can add your personal email ID as well as your office email ID and manage it from there. And similarly, if you are in a meeting, someone has asked a question and you want to search it quickly on the net, you can do it on the device itself. So these were the use cases. Now comes that how the device was made. So at the initial stage itself, the user part was very crucial for us. So in order to keep that inputs in mind, we have done multiple user trials all across India. We have done in Dehradun, NIPVD, Dehradun, Ahmedabad, BPA, Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kerala, and it has evolved after user inputs of more than 200 users, and each and everything in the device, even the commands and the interface, has been validated by the user itself. So the device's output, as Dipender Mucha's search started in the initial part itself, that this device is output of an alliance, the alliance between the technology, the industry, and the user organization and the funding organization. So as part from IIT and Assistive Lab, we were working on the technology part. Phoenix and Critical were the industrial partner, helped us in realizing that this device can be manufactured at a larger scale. Saksham added the user aspect into it, where all the feedbacks during the trials were incorporated. Even at the testing phase, it was very essential from the Saksham side that what thing should go into the device, what level of usability should be there in the device to make it more effective and easy to adopt. And last was Welcome Trust, who supported us throughout this journey and make us realize this device. So thank you. That's also.
Thank you so much, Pulkit. Thank you so much. And Sonali, both of you, for such a wonderful glimpse into what Dotbook really is and how it is coming through. Now, I would also, this brings me to the next phase of this Dotbook part. And with that, reminds me and brings me to remember one of our, really extremely valuable association of my own life with two stalwarts, Professor Balakrishnan and Professor Rao, who really have, has helped me to dream more and more. They have actually taken those dreams seriously, those enough, and made that, given that okay, whatever you wish is something that can actually become a reality. That's the kind of role that has been played by Professor Balakrishnan and Professor Rao in this partnership. And I may invite Dr. Piyush Chanana, who's also been associated with this Assistive Lab for past so many years, and now, of course, taken a new leadership role both in the Raisline Foundation and Saksham, and is playing a very crucial role in the lab activities. To Dr. Piyush Chanana, please come and give a brief introduction of the whole team which is which is associated in this development of Dotbook, and then invite Professor Balakrishnan to take over from there for sharing the journey of the making of Dotbook.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. So it's a privilege to introduce the team here, because you can call me eyewitness or Chashmadit Gawah of this entire journey. And I've seen this very closely over the last 5-7 years. So first, I would introduce the speakers in the order they'll talk about the journey. So Professor M. Balakrishnan. So he heads the, he's the co-founder of Assistive Technologies Lab and a professor at Computer Science Department at IIT Delhi. And he's a, so Assistive Lab is focused on development of user-centric assistive technology products aimed at bringing a transformational change in mobility and education of persons with visual impairment. So over the last 15 years, he has guided and inspired very large number of students to work in this area, and I am privileged to be one of them. His contributions in the disability space are very well acknowledged, both nationally and internationally. He is recipient of 3 national awards, ACM Laurel Award, and very recently, IIT Delhi Lifetime Award for his work in this disability space. Very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you for being here. Next, we have Professor PVM Rao with us. So he heads the Department of Design at IIT Delhi and also the co-founder of Assistive Lab. He's coordinator at IIT Delhi Design Innovation Center, and every year inspires thousands of students to innovate and develop solutions that address the unmet needs of the society. So his expertise in mechanical and user-centric design actually played a pivotal role in the design and development of both Braille cells and Dotbook in particular. Thank you very much, sir, for being here, for joining us. Next, we have with us Pulkit and Suman. I'll introduce them together. So Pulkit is a mechanical engineering graduate from IIT Delhi, and Suman has completed his master's in computer science from IIT Delhi. So Pulkit handles the outside, the mechanical design of the products, and Suman decides what goes inside them. So both have dedicated at least like 4 or 5 years of their life in making this a simple prototype, which started as like a simple prototype into a product which you have seen today. So there were times when they never gave up and worked relentlessly day and night, day in, day out. And there were so many pressures in terms of family pressures, social pressures. When everybody was going for highly paid jobs, they were just sitting in lab and doing this stuff, solving day-to-day problems. So it was a great journey, and their contributions are invaluable, and they are like the biggest strength for us. And in future, you will definitely see many innovations from their side. Next, we have Shashi sir with us. So he's the managing director of Phoenix Medical System. So sir himself is a graduate from IIT Madras, and he actually started Phoenix Medical Systems as his master project and translated this into into a solution which was not there in our country. So his first solution from Phoenix Medical System was an incubator. At that time, incubators were something which were manufactured internationally and only got imported in India. So he developed first Indian incubator, and Phoenix was set up in 1989, and they are the leaders in manufacturing of cost-effective infant maternal care products and assistive devices. So over the years, he has been a great mentor, and we have learned a lot from him in terms of how high quality can be delivered with affordability, and how we can do value-based ethical business practices and a lot more. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. And finally, we have with us Mr. Nishant Sharma. He is the Chief Technology Officer and the co-founder of Critical Solutions. So in fact, Critical is the first student faculty-led technology startup to have successfully incubated from IIT Delhi itself. And Nishant is like we can say, the chief architect of the software that goes into these products. And there's a strong belief in the team. If you get stuck somewhere and you don't find any solution, the best way to go forward is get Nishant's time. He'll solve the problem and he'll take it forward. Thank you, Nishant, for joining us. Thank you very much. So, sir, I would request you, Professor Bala, to share the journey from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Piyush. Thank you, Pulkit. I think some part of the journey has already been shared, but let me again get started. So one of the, let's say, for our journey at Assistive started with, I would say, very chance encounter with Dipendra Manocha through a common friend, with whom he was sharing music CD, audio cassettes, and he came in contact with me. He referred Mr. Swaminathan, who was also my uncle. They were good friends, Dipendra Manocha and Swaminathan. And Swaminathan referred Dipendra to me because he came with primarily trying to make the Emacs editor, which was a popular editor on Linux, to have a screen reading support for it. So this is a very long time back, more than 20 years back now, maybe. And then we started to interact. So, and then of course, the first major activity we did together was SmartCane. A lot of learning experience for us. So not only the fact that the technical part was one thing, clearly, but getting a device which is actually be acceptable to users was not something that we have attempted at IIT Delhi. No, definitely not that I was. So this was a very big journey, and in this journey, a lot of people, right people, sort of we came across. So I think Rohan, who is today a faculty colleague of ours at computer science, so he played a very big role. Professor Madhusudan Rao also, I met him actually trying to make a design for SmartCane. And Shashi, once we had the prototypes, once we had actually some of the devices tested, then we are looking for a manufacturing partner. And then, we interestingly found Shashi. We actually, I still don't know how he sort of came and wrote to us, but when we advertised, we thought nobody looks at these advertisements for technology transfers, but he actually wrote back. And we found that, there are a lot of enthusiasm, and Shashi came together. So I would say that the Dotbook journey in some sense started with SmartCane, because many of the pieces fell in place. So, for example, Piyush joined us for SmartCane. Even Suman, when he initially came, so he wanted to do his master's, and so he came and joined. So many people who are instrumental in this. Pulkit, of course, came through the Dotbook journey, but many other people actually came through the SmartCane journey. So that way, it was a building block. And the second most important thing was the funding. Okay, once we had, so I'll come to the technology part later, because that can be taken over by Professor Rao and Pulkit and others who played a big role. But as far as one of the major realization through SmartCane was, we really want to do a quality product. So there are a couple of changes that had happened in the Indian scenario. People were looking for international grade products. That was very important. The products have to be very high quality, and high quality products do take a lot of funding. You cannot do a lot of testing, a lot of user validation and funding. And fortunately, in SmartCane, we were successful, and Wellcome Trust was very positive about our work in SmartCane. So that was a very good starting point for us. And they had a scheme called Affordable Healthcare in India. When we got funding in SmartCane, we thought they pushed it enough, that affordable healthcare part, to actually include SmartCane as part of healthcare, because it's a mobility aid. And when we were talking to them in Dotbook, we were not so confident, because we said, how do we include an education or digital access product like Dotbook, which is Braille Display, to be part of affordable healthcare? But I must say that they were so happy with us. They said that, as long as you are doing something in this space, we will fund you. So it was almost like that type of a support from Wellcome Trust, which made this possible. It was, first of all, very clear to us that we need partners, because SmartCane showed us that without industry partners, we can't proceed. So of course, because Phoenix and Shashi have been such a close partner for SmartCane, so they were the obvious choice for the very complex mechanical design that was involved in the Braille cells themselves. And then Critical is something, I'm also a co-founder of Critical Solutions. So people, Dipender, Nishant, these have all been our students. And so, whom else to fall back and trust than our own students. So then we approached them for the partnership for the electronics part as well as for the software part, because we knew that they had the strengths to do this. So that's how the whole team fell in place. But we also realized that one of the challenges in affordability was the fact that these displays were extremely expensive. There were only 2 manufacturers globally, and everybody was buying cells from them and making displays on top of it. Highly patented, highly proprietary. So we had to find a technology solution which was not a piezoelectric based actuators, because piezoelectric based actuators had so much patents in them that there was no way we could duplicate anything and not get into trouble. So we had to find a different solution, and that is where Professor Madhusudan Rao and Pulkit, and also before Pulkit, students who actually were involved in it, they played a key role, and I think they will describe the journey. But designing a core technology and making it work is a highly complex job, and also very long consuming. One is putting things together. That's also difficult because you have to make it very robust and very user friendly. But to do a core technology is something even more difficult. Okay, so this was a challenge which our students and Professor Madhusudan Rao took, and I will now request them to continue with the journey starting from there. Thank you, Piyush. So,
thank you. Rao sir, you are muted. You unmute yourself. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, and thanks for this opportunity. It's actually a wonderful day because there are so many organizations which came together for this particular event, and we thank all of them for being a part of this event. So as Professor Balakrishnan said, this was one of the important needs for the country, because we felt that refreshable braille displays are very crucial for 2 things. One is higher education, and also for employment, generating employment opportunities. And when we started our journey, there were a few manufacturers who were using cells based on the piezo technology. And when we actually studied some of the existing devices, we found that typically the heart of these devices is a braille pin actuation mechanism. That means how do you actuate the braille pins up and down is a very crucial technology. And when we looked at the existing technologies, we found that typically users, the products which are then in international market, costed almost like $10 per braille pin, which was completely like unaffordable. Because if you look at Dotbook 40Q, there are 320 pins, and that means by going by international prices, you can't get it anything for less than $4,000 or $5,000. And because of which, particularly in India, we only had a very few braille display products which were used by the people. I think I remember it was not even a 3 digits. It was probably single or a double digit devices which were available at that time in India, which was there. And our goal was that how do we make it from, let's say, $10 to typically at least $0.1, $1 per cell was the whole idea. And then we realized the same technology cannot be used. So almost 3 years went into just developing the more affordable cells, which again meets all the international quality requirements, etc. And I think we have been largely successful. If you look at the present costing of the cell, we were not able to go from $10 to $1, but presently it is priced at $1.3 per cell, which is very close to $1, which we were targeting. And one of the things which SmartCane project also taught us is that you can't provide a product which is affordable but are of low quality. That actually never works. So you need to keep all the quality parameters which are as per existing products and as per any of the quality parameters which are set for these products. And that was another challenge. Particularly, you need to have a refresh rates of 30 milliseconds. And pins should last typically about 10 million cycles, which is again another requirement, which is 1 million to 10 million cycles was one of the biggest requirements which we had to meet. And most complex thing in this particular product, particularly which took us large time, is the reliability. Generally, what happens in products is the reliability decreases when you have a more moving parts. And usually most of the products which we use have a few moving parts. This is one of the very complex product where we have close to about 1,000 moving parts. Okay, because you have 320 cells and each cell actuation requires at least 3 parts, 3 moving parts to do that. And you may not have seen, except automobile and aircraft, a product which has like close to that many moving parts. As the moving parts increase, the reliability generally decreases. But we had to keep the product very reliable. And that was another challenge. And of course, all the constraints of safety, particularly noise, because it also generates certain heat. You need to see that the heat generation is kept to a limit. And there is no repetitive stress injury because of the pins and others. These were all other constraints which need to be addressed, and all at a power consumption which is very, very small. And that is why it went through a multiple product iterations. So our philosophy was that design, build, test, then fail, modify, and go back to probably laboratory to improve whatever was not possible. And it went through almost like half a dozen prototypes before it was made a market ready. And it almost took 3 years for cells and about another 3 years for making it market ready together with the device, etc. Very interesting journey. We learned a lot about engineering, material, supply chain aspects. And it's a true mechatronics product. Generally, people think that mechatronics is mechanical and electronics. But the true mechatronics is where you have a strong coupling between the two. The performance of mechanical parts influences electronics, and the performance of electronic parts strongly influences the mechanical aspects. And those were big challenge. So it was also a very interesting engineering challenge for the team. And it was also a good journey to address that particular thing. And the design finally, which we came up through Phoenix and IIT Delhi team, was really appreciated. In fact, it also won, the engineering has won the best paper awards at ASME and IEEE forums also, which was there. But all this was possible because of we had a very strong team and a strong consortia, which kind of is supported. Whether it's a Saksham or whether it's Phoenix, IIT Delhi had multiple students who actually left their placement and stayed for many years to make this particular product happen. And we are really thankful to all the team members who are part of this journey and made it happen. Thank you.
Professor Bala, will you be taking it forward, introducing other team members? And
okay, yeah, so yes, I think the next, so okay, I didn't have the sequence. I think
Pulkit is probably the next one.
Yeah, Pulkit has already been.
Yeah, maybe he wants to add, and then
Pulkit, yes, yeah. Share your journey and your seniors also, because you took over from your seniors. So start from there and share your journey.
Yeah. So basically, we started working on this project in 2013, but it was not the starting of the project. The project started in more than like around 2010. And I'll take this opportunity to take you to the actual prototyping of the project. And it will take me 2 minutes. So I'll show you the first prototype where we started. So this was the mini device. It worked with power plug device, and it has small pins which are popping up and going down. You can just switch it on and switch it off, nothing else. This was the first prototype. It was the first milestone for us, where we were able to make the cell pop up and go down successfully. And this is where the main journey started. First confidence level for the team that this is possible and we can do it. Then next challenge was to make device compact and make it a bigger section. So we created this device, a piano kind of device. And you had a bigger interface, you have QWERTY inputs, you have a fan because it's heating element. The device will work for 15 minutes, and then someone here is laughing with me because he has with the journey throughout. So basically, it will work for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you have to switch off the demo, let it cool down, and then work again for 15 minutes. So this was the second version of the device. Here is where the major technical challenge came, that now you have cells working, it works for 15 minutes, how to make it work for longer time. And that is where the third version of the device came into the picture, which is this bigger version of the device. It was only 20 cell unit. It has a latching mechanism which basically reduces the power, and this is the first device that we took to user. When user saw this device, one of the comment that came from the user side was, "ये पुराना कोई computer है क्या? जो it's 10 years old or 20 years old, or old laptop or something like that." And from this level to reach the final stage, it took us more than 2 years, where we worked on both the physical side of the device as well as the software side of the device. So this device was not a standalone device. You can just do reading on the device. You can read take notes in Notepad and take a file on a pen drive and read it onto it. That's all. But today, what we have with us is the final device. This one. So it's a compact laptop kind of device, which has 40 cell interface and a complete QWERTY keyboard. A person can do whatever he wants on the device itself. And this journey throughout has been a lot of learning. Like in between, we have to shift the complete design thinking from a cell to a module side. I think it was approximately in 2017 when we realized that what we have been doing is wrong. And we have been doing it for past 4 years. We have to redo the design of the device itself so that it is more usable for the users. In 2018, we realized that we cannot make a device which is dependent on a laptop or a mobile phone. We have to make a standalone device. But we cannot accept a student to carry a laptop and this device to a classroom to do it. So an independent version is required, and that is where again we started working on the software part itself, like how to make the device independent, how to add an operating system in the device itself so it works as a laptop. So this journey has been a very good journey for a complete team. We have spent a lot of nights together in the lab for the next day demo, waiting for it to approve, working with the users, having fun with the users. So really appreciated this journey, and it's good to see that devices today being launched and given to the user, and it's a sense of satisfaction for us. So over to Suman, yeah, to add his input.
Suman, yeah.
Suman, please unmute yourself.
So this journey was really a remarkable project, I would say, for both of us, in Pulkit and the entire team. We worked a lot in getting this, stabilizing this whole cells and getting all the feedbacks from the users that has been covered up. So to reach to that level, because here the target setter is not our professors or someone, it is actually set by the user. So we have to meet the expectations set by the users. So, and we are every time interacting with them. So we always have this question from them saying, hey, what happened to the feedback which we gave last time? So that really motivated us, like we have to solve this problem at any cost. So that really motivated the entire team, and getting these things streamlined, whatever be the challenges that came in. So we worked out, so it was a really great experience, and it showed us the whole development process, the whole product development process from end to end, from the concept side to the how to reach it till the market. So we covered the entire journey. So we had very great learnings and with the great mentors and teams. So it was wonderful.
Thank you so much. So now I would sort of request Shashi to come, and he has been sort of partnering us for a long time, so share his own.
So So thank you, Professor Bala, and of course the entire team which worked on starting from SmartCane, Professor Rao and Deepita Manuchaji, who really tested the product, and the entire team of students and the boys who really worked hard to get this product. I mean, be it SmartCane or the Refreshable Braille cells. And I just got one of them. I mean, I just asked my team to, I'm in the factory, so I just asked them to get it because Pulkit was showing a lot of these devices. So I needed to show what exactly has happened to this device. Now, if you look at it, there was a big technology shift, which is from piezo to something else. And this SMA was a critical element, which is, so you're shifting, just not making a Dotbook, but we need to also make sure that this particular device is working on a different technology, but without any fault. This was a big challenge, I would say. And as I would say, the initial prototypes used to work, but when we started making 10 or 15 of them, then out of the 10 or 15, 6 or 7 or 8 will fail, and one simple wire will fail, and it's a real it's heartbreak for us because we put a lot of effort and then you repair it and so on. With this kind of a failure, which was repeatedly happening, we would go back and say it's a temperature. I mean, so a lot of calibration, and the team at IIT kept working with Pulkit and Professor Rao and Professor Bala, bringing it back and again thinking, okay, let's do it better. We have gone to a stage today. I'm sure Suman also can tell if it is correct, that once we make this module, once it goes to for the next manufacturing cycle in critical, they don't send it back. That's a fantastic thing which we have achieved in this particular device. I think this is one big achievement definitely for the entire team, because we have brought in a new platform of technology, and this technology we are able to very clearly say that we can produce without any defect. That's a fantastic thing, and I thank the entire team for doing this particular thing. And of course, there's a lot of more challenges. I mean, as I would say, there are so many boards in it, and so much of complication in constructing this. We need to increase the speed at which we are able to produce this. We will eventually land up there with a lot of missionaries and technologies brought into the company. I'm sure they will do it. And this is a fantastic journey, and I'm sure that we will do fantastic work with this. Over to you, back to you, Professor Bala.
Thanks, Shashi, for sharing. And now I will invite Nishant to come and talk about, critical is playing a very critical role in taking this. So Nishant, please.
Thank you, sir. So the journey has, I think everybody has now come to know that it has been a long journey for the product, and it has been marred with things throughout the process, where we've come to know how these devices needs to be integrated, worked with, and how do we integrate or do actual integration of open source. The current version of the device has a lot of open source software which has been brought into it. We want to give in these software experiences to the visually impaired so that they can use these software in the daily lives, in classrooms, and many other places. It's been a challenge in terms of bringing it all in and making it all work according to expectations, because here you don't for us it becomes a bit easier because we can see the errors, etc., and maybe take some roundabout applications. But this device needs to run more like a mobile phone, where people use it and expect it to work all the time. So that's the level we need to achieve, and I think we are still on that journey. We've not perfected it, but we've come a long way. We have fixed a lot of issues along the journey. We have talked to a lot of users. We've had their feedback, and I think a lot of people are waiting for the device to come in into a big way. So we look forward to making this device into a greater success, and possibly even having an ecosystem where more applications could be developed on the platform which we have developed, and kind of make it into an open open SDK where more programmers could add in their applications onto our platform and make it into a more richer ecosystem than what we have today. So thank you.
Thank you, Nishant. So that was the story of the journey of Dotbook. So now I will revert back to Dipinda or Piyush.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Yes, Dipen, sir, please.
Thank you so much indeed. I mean, this has given me goosebumps, the kind of passion, the kind of perseverance it has taken to get this whole thing done. And of the stalwarts, I would say, of this whole the whole domain have put in their extremely valuable, passionate time and energy and everything to make. I mean, that is what it takes to create a product like this in a country like India, and to break so many barriers to the affordability, the whole new technology, and all that. I mean, it really is something to be part of. Really has been a complete uh, beautiful experience it has been to be part of the whole of this. And the Saksham team, which, as I said, connected with the users to bring in the user's perspective to the whole front at each and every step. I mean, that was a very, very fortunate part of it. So thanks a lot. I mean, it's indeed a privilege to be witnessing that's just the whole journey putting together, like we are collecting together and making this presentation on the whole journey. It's absolutely wonderful, and thank you so much for sharing this journey, all of you. With that, so this was about Dotbook, which is one of the area which this project with Claroot Analytics, basically we are taking this technology to users. So this is the perspective basically, that it's this technology which has taken so much to come about. That's the technology. Now we are taking it to the hands of users for their actual use in their daily lives. And this is what this current project is all about. With that, there's another technology, very, very crucial technology again, which is also part of this Claroot Analytics project, is the Evo E-10 Daisy player. That's the Daisy player where Saksham has also put in several years of work with the industry partners to come up with a Daisy player that actually works in 16 Indian languages. Now that is something which is very unique to us, because very rarely do you find a country where we have 22 national languages and the kind of multilingual requirement that we have in India. It's unparalleled, and that is why we required a very special device to accommodate so many different languages in a single device, and an ecosystem which could support so many different languages, and converting word to speech in so many languages together. There's so many partners that came together again. The here to read voices, the nuance text to speech engine voices from the industry, the e-speak voices to build in Indian languages onto it, and all of them going together into this single hardware device called Evo E-10. It's again a very passionate journey, and what is the outcome of it is something that is here we have Anil and Chetna from the Saksham team, who are on daily basis interacting with users in making them, helping them to adopt new technologies. Both of them are here to share with us what the outcome of this whole project of Evo E-10 has been. Can we have Anil and Chetna, please? If there is a technical challenge, Aarti, then could we come back to it after we have?
Yeah, I think so. Ashima?
Hello.
Hello, Ashima. Are you able to share the screen?
Yes, yes. I'm. Can you see this? Can you see the video?
The video was not visible. Yeah, the screen is.
Okay.
Your folders are visible.
Aarti, I can do, if it's not working, we can do a live demo also. Just.
Saksham, Evo E-10.
Okay, I can, just give me a moment. Can you, Ashima, give me the host rights?
Actually, Anil is also here. If we. Anil, are you ready for a demo?
Time may be incorrect. Podcast.
Hello, Anil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, are you ready for the demo of Evo
Yes, ma'am.
E-10?
Yeah, sure.
जी एक मिनट होल्ड करिए इसको डेमो को